Alright guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Alan Wake story breakdown series thing. Um, so I did get it wrong last episode when I was talking about hours for how much I broke it down. So episode 1 was about an hour and a half, and we broke it down to 10 minutes. And then episode 2 was about 2.5, 3. We broke that down to 11 minutes. And then this one was 3.5 to 4-ish hours. This was a long ass episode, dude. And you gotta remember too, in terms of gameplay, you gotta add like an hour also because I have to pause the game and write the script as I'm playing so that it kind of stays completely focused. I don't know how to put it. Anyway, let's get into episode 3, Taken. So episode 3 begins with Barry and Alan arriving at Rose's trailer park. But Alan gets a call from Sheriff Breaker saying Agent Nightingale is at the station waiting for him. Barry tells Alan he found a lot of weird stuff in the city records and tells you there was an island on Cauldron Lake and author Thomas Zane lived on it. But he sunk with the island, and Barry can't find anything Zane's ever written before. The landlord of the park, Randolph, says the natives thought Cauldron Lake was the gateway to the underworld. The landlord tells you when they woke up there was just a sailboat parked thrown in the middle of the trailer park and doesn't know how it got there. It must have been a tornado, and thank God none of the trailers were damaged. Barry also says a woman named Barbara Jagger drowned a week prior of Zane's death, and they were lovers. And the person who wrote both articles about it is the lady who's been messing with the lights everywhere we go, such as the diner and the police station, implying that she saw something horrible. You make it to Rose's trailer and knock. She answers, still sounding like she's being controlled, and tells us to come in. Turns out she has nothing for us, and she drugs Barry and Alan with the coffee she gave them as they entered. You're back in the dream world, and the light says the dark is wearing his Barbara's precious face. So this teaches us that old woman is Barbara Jagger, and that the light is Thomas Zane. So that's actually a very important detail to the story that is just thrown randomly right there. And then we wake up with the old woman, Barbara, in front of us, saying, wake up and we need to finish what we started, and then she's gone. The TV turns on with Alan talking about Barbara working with Thomas Zane the same way she's doing with Alan, and this teaches us the old woman is named Barbara. Also, you wake up in Rose's bedroom revealing a shrine to Alan above her bed. It's now nighttime and Barry's still asleep. You have a day's less time now and need to hurry up. Rose is on the floor shaking and talking as if serving someone at the diner, as if in a trance. You then leave the trailer and find a manuscript detailing Randolph, the landlord, calling the sheriff as Barry and Alan were in there too long, and he grew suspicious. Your goal now is to get to the car and bring it closer to the trailer to take Barry out. You find a radio as you walk through the silent trailer park, and the host gets a caller on the line. A man named Walt calls. It says he's seeing things out the window, and you can hear fear in his voice, and he talks about Danny and how he got out of jail today. And this is the man we talked to in the jail cell, and he was ranting about aliens the first time we talked to him. You then find Randolph waiting at the front gate with the police, and Agent Nightingale shows up and starts firing at Alan, and Alan runs into the woods. This is exactly as the page said previously, last episode. You run through the woods as the police search for you. You find another page just as the police stop searching. It talks about the darkness that's in Barbara, and that it's hungry, and that it only woke up when it sensed Alan on the ferry. A car is thrown in front of Alan's path, and trees fall, blocking the road. You then find a page detailing how Rose was used by Barbara, with it all Barbara needing to do is whisper in her ear. In the cop car that was thrown, you can hear the police radio, and Sheriff Breaker is mad that Nightingale just started shooting even though Alan had no weapon. You stand on a cliff seeing police below looking for Alan, and then you hear screams, and then silence. That means the darkness, darkness, all the flashlights fade, meaning the Taken had got them. You find a destroyed car on the way with the radio working inside, and hear Nightingale detailing all the police that died and blames it on Alan. Sheriff Breaker dismisses everything he says. A helicopter rises up out of nowhere and starts firing on Alan. You run to a nearby watchtower. On the way, though, darkness crows arrive and take the helicopter down. Use a viewfinder on the watchtower to see the helicopter has crashed just by the gas station from episode 1. In the watchtower, you find a radio with police saying that they have Barry and Rose in custody and that Agent Nightingale smelt of whiskey. Use another viewfinder to see the radio station in the distance. That's where you're heading to now to see if the host will give you directions to the mine. The darkness then took hold of a gate blocking your path. You now need to find a way to destroy it. So you head up another path. Up there you find a generator and a spotlight and use it to destroy the gate and keep heading to the radio station. You see a light on the side of the path. This is a new flashlight for Alan, as we don't have ours from last episode. Use it to destroy another gate. You find another cop car with a ton of flashbangs inside. The radio still works and Sheriff Breaker can't get anyone on the radio. Take an appear and you throw flashbangs, killing them all. You find a radio in a safe spot and a man is calling about all the noise from the trailer park. You find a page talking about how Rose is taken and Barbara telling her she can have all her wishes come true if she helps. But deep down though, she's screaming in terror. You finally make it to the radio station after fighting plenty of Taken and throwing a lot of flashbangs. You enter to talk to Pat. As soon as you do, the police show up with Nightingale trying to shoot Alan and the sheriff yells at him and now Alan's back in the woods running again. You find another page talking about Nightingale looking into the woods from the radio station. You then continue onward. You make it up to the broadcast tower to find a page talking about Walter, the man from the cell, fighting Danny and then drinking to try to forget what happened. Now you're heading to the train depot. You find a page talking about Alan being attacked by a bulldozer. Then you find another page talking about how Sheriff Breaker doesn't trust Nightingale. You get a call from Alice saying she's afraid of the dark and she sees something else behind Alan's eyes, and she needs to let him out, and he needs to let her out. And then the connection falls, and Alan says she's sounded wrong in the call. You find a page detailing Alan being attacked by a possessed pipe. You find a train bridge and head up to get across to the depot and try to find a car. The darkness then attacks Alan and is throwing pipes and anything and everything else around him. We then find another page where Alan talks about a dark presence in the lodge with him and slamming a door in a smug face. This is most likely Emil Hartman. You head up a ladder to find a heavy-duty flashlight and a safe spot. This heavy-duty flashlight is new, by the way. You continue on and enter the train yard where you are attacked by more Dakin, and you find a TV with Night Springs playing in the office building. You exit the building to find another page talking about Alan being attacked by a tornado-sized darkness, but barely being able to light a flare drop by the kidnapper, and Alan being thrown into the lake by the darkness. You are then in a boss fight where you are attacked by Taken and the bulldozer, mentioned earlier. This, however, is a fairly easy fight. You then open a gate nearby and get into a truck and the sun starts to rise. Now you are near the mine and are heading that way. On the way, you drive up to a abandoned shack, finding a radio inside, with Pat the host talking about being detained last night, and he says he doesn't like the way Nightingale works and shows support for Alan. You then find a watchtower with another radio and Pat's interviewing the doc who helped us at the police station initially, and they both get in about their love lives. You come across an old sawmill with a page inside detailing a man named Mott watching Alan and having an interest in Alice and saying his boss made Alan out to be something special, but Mott wasn't impressed. His boss is most likely someone at the FBI, just based off my impression so far. We'll see what happens though with the rest of the story. Sorry. You are then at the coal mine and find a page immediately near the parking lot, and it says Pat told the sheriff that Nightingale was doing more drinking than thinking, and he has a bad reason for wanting to catch Alan. Right next to that, we find a sign detailing a volcanic eruption under Cauldron Lake, leading to the collapse in the mine and the death of 32 miners, leading to all mining in Bright Falls to be shut down. We then head further in the mine. Alan arrived early, so he gets a chair and sits and waits, but the kidnapper never shows. You then get a call from him telling you to meet him at Mirror Park nearby and hangs up, making Alan even more angry. As you enter the rail yard of the mine, you find another page about Thomas Zane falling in love with Barbara. It also says Barbara helped Zane's words flow on the paper. You are then attacked by Taken and have some objects thrown at you. As you head to the forest, you see a tornado of pure darkness. You then have to turn off the power to continue on your path, so you get in a car to drive to the power station, and you run down about a dozen Taken. As soon as the power's out, you are attacked by a lot more Taken and get train cars thrown at you, and you run up the stairs as fast as you can to get away. Inside the building, you are attacked by more Taken and find graffiti saying, "Trust no one in the dark." You then find a page in the building talking about the darkness only touching Alan and not taking his mind. You exit the building, a tree falls nearly landing on Alan, and you continue to Mirror's Peak. As you keep heading through the woods, you find more Taken and a page about Alan and Barry in a cell, with Nightingale and the sheriff on the other side, and Nightingale holds the manuscript pages looking unhinged, saying, "He's got you now, Raymond Chandler. All the evidence is in the manuscripts." You cross a bridge to find a brand new weapon, the pump shotgun. This will surely do better than that rusty double barrel. As you are walking up the hill, Alan sees trees fall and knows it's the darkness and wonders if it's out going for Alice. You find yourself attacked in the cemetery by some Taken that can teleport. You then find a small ghost town of some kind, completely abandoned. You go across a bridge to find another page about Alan filled with doubt and being angry at everyone because he has no plan. You find a sign telling you the ghost town is called Gray Peak Gorge and was founded in 1928. It was then abandoned overnight in 1970 due to the mines pulling out of the Bright Falls area. You are attacked by a lot more floating objects, nearly killing you, and then you find a haven, thank God. Inside you find Alan on a TV talking about finding Thomas Zane's writing and gives great details into his different stories. He also says he will use some of his stories. More trees fall, this time closer, but you push on. You get a text from the kidnapper to hurry up, and you do just that. You run across a crumbling platform as you're attacked by darkness crows all over. The platform falls behind you and you fire your flares into the sky, defeating the crows. Now you fall into a silver mine. Inside you hear Alice whisper and find graffiti saying "Tunnels to Cauldron Lake." You head deeper that way and get a stabbing headache and fall to the ground. You get up and head deeper as you hear Alice screaming. You find a dead end and see a flash of Alice falling from the cabin. Nearby you find a page detailing the hunters being turned into the Taken. Alan says he's losing it and you head out of the mine. On the way out, you find another page talking about Agent Nightingale being in his hotel room drinking and thinking everyone is under Alan's spell. The mine collapses in front of you and Taken come out from a nearby tunnel, revealing a new path. You find a mine shaft and do a little puzzle. You are finally out of the mine and go up some stairs and find a page detailing Tor Anderson killing Nurse Sinclair at Cauldron Lake Lodge. You then head down the stairs towards Mirror's Peak. You find another cable car and cross, but are attacked by crows. You fight them off, shooting flares from the sky, but then a tree falls, knocking the cable car to the ground. You get back up. On your way up the path, you find a sign detailing Cauldron Lake. You learn Cauldron Lake is the 8th deepest lake in the world, and it's formed in a volcanic center. And the volcano is still active, but hasn't had any activity since the 1970 earthquake. You then cross a bridge and are attacked by Taken from both sides, but you push through. You find a page on the trail which says Motts was watching Alan and Alice's car at the end of a road at Cauldron Lake, but it doesn't make sense as Alan and Alice had been gone for hours by the time he arrived. You find a crumbling brick building completely out of place, blocking your path. You head into the basement where you find graffiti everywhere saying Tom over and over again, and saying "I curse you, Tom, and I miss you, Tom, and I see you talk to me on the TV, Tom." There's also graffiti of a heart with the initials C.N and T.Z, one obviously being Thomas Zane. You head up the stairs but fall through the floor and are attacked by a lot of Taken. You then head back up and then out of the building to continue on. We find another page about Alan waking up at Dr. Hartman's at Cauldron Lake Lodge. We finally make it to Mirror's Peak, and the kidnapper is... Okay, sorry about the weird cut. I recorded the last part right here, and it just wasn't part of the video for some reason. But, we arrive... Sorry. Okay, kidnapper is taken by darkness, and so is Alan. Before this, though, you heard the kidnapper say he doesn't have Alice and doesn't know where she is, and that his boss is in way over his head. Alan falls in the lake and has flashes of him riding, and then a hand reaches in the lake, thus ending episode 3. So that was episode 3, the Ransom. Let me know if you guys enjoy these styles of videos, like I said the last couple episodes. This was a very good part of the game, though. It was very crucial. Story segments happened in this episode, is what I'm trying to say. Very crucial story parts happened. But it was a very good episode. It was very long, but it was very good. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys want to see on the channel in the future. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Stay safe out there, and peace out, guys.